rug. I mean the towel. Bring it here.
Hello.
Sit right here.
Welcome to the virtual reading fair morning session. Community Library of Mississippi. It's been an honor and so much fun reading with everyone. And again, I'm Meredith McGee, the chair of Community Library of Mississippi, and also a member of the Learning Tree Book Club. Okay, Vicki?
Yeah. Yes, good morning. I'm Vicki Janice. I'm the co-chair of the Mississippi Community Library. Also, too, I'm the co-chair of this reading fair that we are under today. I'm also the co-chair of the reading club. And I hope that we are reaching everyone, and I hope that we are reaching everyone.
Mary?
Oh, I'm Mary Hardy, Greenville, Mississippi, author of 2 books, Uncle Hubbard and the Burlap Sack and Snippets of Truth. And happy to be here.
Glad to have you. Yeah. And Trey?
Right.
My name is Trey, and I'm going to first grade in 10th. I'm going to be, I'm going to be somewhere near old until I reach teenager and grow
Okay.
up.
Good job. Okay.
Just I don't know why.
And I'm his Gigi Lynette Stafford and one of his biggest cheerleaders.
All right.
My children. Come here.
Janice?
Good morning. I am Dr. Janice K. Neal-Vincent. I am the author of my second edition of A Little of Me, A Little of You, a book of poetry, spoken word choir poetry. I am also a performance artist and a consultant, retired university professor. And I'm just happy to be here in terms of all of the inspiration I'm experiencing now.
Well, can you hold up your book, Dr. Vincent? Hold it up to the, oh yeah, y'all see it?
Yes.
I have it.
Oh yeah, some of you are familiar with it anyway. That's right.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I remember from the festival.
That's right from the festival. That was what you did, the spoken word choir, was amazing. And last but not least, who always loves to go last, Harry, introduce yourself.
My name's Harry.
Josh was coming in.
Huh? Go ahead, Harry.
My name is Harry Chat, and I am 6 years old, and I am going to the first grade.
Oh, great. Hello.
Yes, good morning, Harry. Yes.
Morning.
So we have another. Joshua, you reading with us?
Yes, I do a couple of poems.
Oh, wonderful. Great. Glad to have you. Introduce yourself.
Nice to be had. Thank you for having me.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Pleasure to be here.
Okay. Well, would you like to read your 2 poems now? And what we do is you read and we ask you some questions.
Okay. So I'm ready whenever you are.
Introduce himself.
Yeah, they want you to introduce yourself. Tell us something about you, where you live.
Okay, so I'm Joshua Dickerson. I'm an educator, author, and poet. I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm originally from South Carolina, but I spent most of my life in Georgia. I'm a father of 4 beautiful children, and I absolutely love children. I love writing, and I love reading. So that's who I am.
Well, we're glad to have you. We're glad to have you.
Oh, it's an honor to be on this call, on this Zoom.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, you're welcome. So we're ready to hear your 2 poems so we can ask you some questions.
Okay.
Okay.
The first poem I'll do is a poem that I've had the opportunity to travel all over the United States of America and do. It's a poem that clearly resonates with a lot of people. It's a poem entitled Cause I Ain't Got a Pencil. The first poem is called Cause I Ain't Got a Pencil. And it goes like this. I woke myself up because we ain't got an alarm clock. Dug in the dirty clothes pile because ain't nobody washed my school uniform. Brushed my hair and teeth in the dark because the lights weren't on. Then I even got my baby sister ready because mama wasn't home. Got us both to school on time so that we could eat a good breakfast. And when I got to class, the teacher fussed at me because I ain't got a pencil. Thank you.
Oh my God. I felt that.
And
Wow.
that's why as a teacher, I had pencils, paper to give my students. There was no excuse for
Yes,
not
ma'am.
that work when you there, because I provided all of it.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just wanted you there.
That's right, Miss Hardy. Just having the students there.
As having the students there. Good. That's touching.
That's how Josh and I became, that's how Josh and I became Facebook friends behind that poem. I told him that poem set me free because I no longer worried about it. You can have I did. I said, out of all the stuff you worried about, I have 11,000 pencils. You can have a pencil every day. You can have 5, you can have, kids will come to me, they weren't even in my class. I was giving out pencils. But because of that poem, I told that poem set me free. I just, whatever, you need a pencil, baby, here you go. You need 2 pencils, here you go. You need one for your friend, here you go.
Well, hey, Doc, what inspired me to write that poem was I was doing an after-school program, and a kid didn't have a pencil. And the person who was in charge of it said, well, since you don't have a pencil, give us a shoe for collateral. So the child took out their shoe in exchange for a pencil. And the child's socks was dirty and had holes in it, and everybody started laughing at the child. And it took a situation that didn't have to be an uncomfortable situation and really turned it into something very uncomfortable and embarrassing for the child. Whereas sometimes we have opportunity just to give somebody something, and it could just be a moment and just move from it. We don't have to make it a bigger deal sometimes than what it is, you know? And that child obviously needed a pencil because they came and asked. They didn't sit and not try to do some work. They asked for a pencil, and it became a very embarrassing moment. Okay.
Well, that was very, very powerful.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
I have one more, and the title of that poem is called I Used To. And it's talk about my experience. I remember being a little boy in kindergarten and dressing up as a pilgrim, or dressing up as, at the time, we called it an Indian. And we celebrated Thanksgiving, and I was told how much the pilgrims came over and helped the Indians. And I just was so proud of that stuff. And then later on in life, I learned the truth, but the truth wasn't necessarily what I was taught in school. And so the title of this poem, that's the inspiration of it, the title of it is I Used To. I used to be so proud to know about the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, how the pilgrims helped the Indians, and how Lincoln freed us. It's funny how America prided itself on being this huge, melting, loving pot. Yet natives of this very land were sent to reservations to rot. I never understood that the war for independence wasn't for people that looked like me. I never grasped the fact that I was the strange fruit hanging from a southern tree.
Wow.
What about the poor of all races? I guess they were not important. My history books didn't speak about their case. How about women? I guess no one valued them for their brains, only their looks. That's why they were never in my history books. Yes, it's time to acknowledge the fact that our national anthem is written by a noted racist man. So can we really be mad when someone doesn't want to stand? If you can't grasp that, see if this one hits you. Would a Jew stand for a national anthem that was written by Hitler? Now, let's say it. I love this country, and I don't plan on going anywhere. But when we teach history, let's teach it fair. And some scream, let's make America great again. My question to everyone was, how great was it to truly begin? I used to be so proud to know about the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria, about how the Pilgrims helped the Indians, and how Lincoln freed us. Thank you.
Wow. That is amazing. And you mentioned Strange Fruit, which Billie Holiday made popular, those lyrics, I think in the 40s. And
Yes.
And I think about LL Cool J was talking about art and people using their voice, and that's one of the voices that came up this morning on the Today Show. And I wonder,
really?
yeah, that those same lyrics, and I wonder, because they mentioned her, then they mentioned the lady who sung the song Mississippi Goddamn, and then I wonder how many children actually know the words to those lyrics that they were saying in their time. And now we still are saying it, but your poetry is you can really feel it.
Thank
and
you.
you can really and it really resonates.
I really appreciate the opportunity to do it. Thank you.
Profound,
Yeah,
very
thank you.
profound.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Henry, you got any questions or Trey?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I was on my way. I was literally on my way out the door when I saw the poem this morning. I said, let me check my Facebook before I walk out. So I'm glad that was the first thing I saw.
So we have 2 children.
And I didn't know you were up close.
Yeah, this morning we have a 5-year-old and a 6-year-old, both males.
Well, if y'all could do this for me, if you could send me their names, and can I mail 2 books to the library to give to those 2 young men? I'll mail it directly to the library.
You
and
sure
they
can.
can get it. All right,
And
Doc,
you
you can do that? I'll sign the books, and y'all send me their name, and I'll sign the books.
And I'd like one.
Okay.
I'd like
Okay.
one.
Okay, I'll send you some copies. I don't want any money for it. I just want to send them out. I'll send you some poetry books and children's books. Y'all just send me the address to the library, and I'll send them out. It'll probably be on Monday or Tuesday when I send them out. So you probably get them at the end of next week or so.
Okay, and so
I will message you my address.
Can you like our
Because we live
page?
in 2 different cities.
Yes.
Can you like our Facebook page?
I can like it in a second. Doc tagged me in it, so I can go like it.
It's in the chat. It's in the chat. Community Library, Mississippi.
Okay.
And that's what we're gonna put this video with you in it.
All right, that'll be perfect.
Community Library, Mississippi. It's on Facebook.
I got it.
Okay.
All right.
Okay,
Thank you all so much.
Well, thank you so much for reading. We really appreciate you. You started our session.
It's my honor. Thank you for the invite, and much love and respect to you all. I'm genuinely appreciative of the opportunity.
Thank you.
All right.
You. Y'all have a good one.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Have a great day.
Thank you.
You do the same.
All right. Well, I don't want to go behind him. Who else wants to go behind him?
Well, I want to share Young Boy Reaching. Since we have 2 young people here and they are boys, I'm thinking about this time that we are in, this pandemic, and how the young man is still beat upon. The old man is still beat upon. People of brown skin. When I wrote Young Boy Reaching, I was thinking about inspiration for the Black boy. looking at him in terms of all my life and before my life, how he has been demeaned and insulted, called nothing and nobody. Of course, the girls have been called those things too, but the boy continues to suffer in terms of jail time, prison time, so many things they are put away for, things that they did not do, and then minor things. When I was reading Michelle Wallace's book, I really was taken aback in terms of the prison system and how it continues to place the Black boy on record. A police officer told me one time, as a matter of fact, he was a chief, Chief Jimmy Lee. I can't remember, I think he was Chief Jimmy Lee Wilson. At the time in Jackson, we were in conversation. And that was during the time when Kane Dittor was running for mayor of Jackson. Chief Jimmy Lee Wilson told me that there was paper downtown designed for every Black boy to have a record. And I never forgot that. Now we are here with what is going on around us. And I could say so much, but we all know what's going on. We're experiencing it from the White House to our houses. So Young Boy Reaching, I'm dedicating to the two boys I'm looking at. Young boy coming, young boy going, head held high, reaching for the sky. Many say you'll fall and won't make it at all, but whatever you lack, just know we've got your back. We've got your back. We've got your back. Don't let them rob you of your joy. Keep going up, young boy. Defy the ones on the run and set your eyes on the sun. Young boy coming, young boy going, head held high, reaching for the sky. What is yours awaits you. You've got much, much to do. Your territory, you claim. It houses only your name. It is only yours alone. You can't be moved from your throne. Take advantage of this day. Do the right thing, come what may. Young boy coming, young boy going, head held high, reaching for the sky. All eyes are cast upon you. They are ready to make you blue. Don't ever let them see you sweat. Keep on going and don't you fret. Face the world with a bold smile. Win every round, every mile. Keep swinging in the right way. Let the chips fall, come what may. Young boy coming, young boy going, head held high, reaching for the sky. We've got your back. We've got your back. Young boy coming, young boy going, head held high, reaching, reaching for the sky.
Oh, that was fantastic. And look,
Great.
I saw Trey back there with his hand, a fist in there.
Good
Uh-huh.
night,
Uh-huh.
I'm so happy you got the point.
Uh-huh. So,
So I want to ask both of the boys, Trey and Henry, what did that poem mean to you as Black boys?
Ma'am,
What did that poem mean to you as a Black boy?
It means a point so we can keep going and never stop until we reach the end of the line.
did you hear him? Say it again. Look at the camera. Say it again.
We can never stop until we reach the end of the line, and we cannot stop. We have a mission to accomplish.
Ooh, all right. And what'd you say, Harry?
the same thing.
Very good.
Very good.
Well, that's
Thank you.
wonderful.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so
be
that,
checking
you know,
in on
inspiration
you.
is a beautiful thing. Yeah, inspiration is a beautiful thing. That's wonderful. Wow. Man,
He
we
said,
started
what
out
about
with a
my
bang.
friends? They're Black boys too.
What'd you say, Lynette?
Well, we talking about the boy. He was talking about he had his friends, or he had some of his friends are Black boys too. That's what he told me.
No,
Okay.
Brown boys, okay.
All
Okay.
right. All right then. Well, okay. Well, Mary, what you got?
Freedom on the menu. But you all gonna have to re-comprehend it for me. So you ready? I'll read maybe 4 pages.
That what now?
How many pages should I read? How many pages should I read? How many pages do you want me to read?
Okay. It's an illustrated book. You probably can read about 8 pages of them. Since it's illustrated, they're short pages.
Okay, so
Hold it up so we can see it a little bit
freedom
further.
on the menu. It's written. Got it?
Okay. Oh, that's the Greensboro City is.
Yes, it's a
Okay.
Carolee Boston Rutherford book.
Well, I want to tell you that I went to the Greensboro International Museum in 2013, and I met one of the original men who was sitting at that counter in 1960.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Well, I have another one of her books that I've been reading from. She's also written Remember the Bridge. So I've been reading some of her works on Moments with Mary, and I went to my bookshelf and found this one and looked at the bottom, and I said, my goodness, same author. Okay, so Freedom on the Menu, the Greensboro Sit-ins. Just about every week, Mama and I went shopping downtown. I loved having her all to myself for the afternoon. Whenever it was hot or we got tired, we'd head over to the snack bar and the 5 and dime store. We'd stand as we sipped our Cokes because we weren't allowed to sit at the lunch counter. Everybody I knew obeyed the signs, except my great aunt Gertie from New York. Once she visited us, she drank from a whites only fountain and said real loud, I've never heard of colored water. Have you, Aunt Connie? Then she lifted me up so I could take a sip. I looked up from the fountain. Y'all know better than that, a man scolded. I started to say, sorry, mister, But Aunt Gertie just huffed. I'm too old for silly rules. It was a real hot day, but the man walked away without taking a drink. There weren't any signs up in the 5 and dime, but we still knew how it was. Most people didn't expect change anytime soon, but my daddy thought different. Dr. King's coming to town, he told us one morning. Who's sick? I asked. He's not that kind of doctor, Connie. Daddy laughed. He's a minister who's working to make things better for us, said Daddy. So we can go anywhere we please, said Mama. Like the lunch counter, I asked. Yes, said Daddy. Other places too. Later that week, our whole family went to hear Dr. King preach at the college chapel. I didn't really understand all of his speech, but I liked his booming voice. It sounded as if he believed God was on our side. Every few minutes, Mama said, "Amen," and Dr. King sat down. Everyone stood and clapped for a long time. Soon after that, my brother and sister joined the National Association of the Advancement of Colored People. Everyone called it the NAACP. They let me tag along as they went door to door, helping people to sign up to vote. I'd never voted in my life, said a white-haired lady, leaning on her cane. Will I get to vote for the president? Yes, ma'am, I said. My brother wants to be president when he's all the way grown. Tell him he's got my vote. She chuckled. And to hold on to those big dreams, he said, handing her a voter registration form. Yes, ma'am, I'll tell him. I promise, thinking about my own dreams too. Times are changing, she said, waving as I left. Have I read enough? Do I need to keep going?
Mary,
Yes.
you can read a couple more pages.
Okay. Then one day, Mama and I went shopping downtown. We stopped at the snack bar, just like always. I tugged at Mama's sleeve. Look over at the lunch counter. We know those boys. There sat 4 brothers from AT&T College. Do they know they're in the wrong place? I whispered. Some rules have to be broken, Mama whispered back. I heard one of them order coffee and donuts, please. I'm sorry, we can't serve your kind, said the blonde-haired waitress, wringing her hands. The boys didn't budge. Don't y'all understand English? A kitchen worker asked. Go on over to the snack bar, she hissed. Stop making trouble here. The manager tapped his foot and jutted out his chin. They can sit there forever for all I care, he said, storming out of the store. An old white lady came up to the boys. I'm so proud of you, she said clear as a bell, so everyone could hear. I wish someone had done this sooner. The waitress kept wiping and re-wiping the counter and refilling the salt and pepper shakers, sugar pourers, and napkin holders. Suddenly, the manager came back with a tall policeman. "Let's go, Connie," said Mama. The manager shooed us right up out of the store and then put a closed sign in the window. I couldn't wait to tell Brother. Want me to stop?
Mary, can you hear me?
I hear you.
I think we yeah, we could stop there, but at least you did get to the lunch counter, and you can read the rest of it in the afternoon.
Afternoon, yeah.
Session.
I'm drawn in. I'm drawn in.
Some of us endured that. My brother shared a story with me about that last week. A situation that happened to them, my brother in Mount Olive, Mississippi. He said they didn't know any better. They just went right in there, and the folks just ignored them and ignored them. And he said finally they got the message, and they went outside and they saw people getting served from the outside. He said they just left and didn't go back. And of course that was probably the early 60s, between 65 and 70. But you know, we growing up in South Mississippi, we knew about all of that. But my daddy shielded us. You know, we didn't go to town because he knew what we would be confronted with. So he just kept us away. But when my brothers got old enough, you know, they would go and, you know, and just do it for the heck of it. They knew they weren't going to get served, but, you know, they did it just to have the experience, because my daddy kept us away from those situations.
Yeah, how many acres did y'all go up on? Y'all farm?
We had 100.
Woo! And y'all still get all of it?
Well, most of it, yeah. My grandfather sold a few acres to some, you know, friends of his in the community, but you know, it's still there. It's all still within the family, within the community.
Okay. Any other questions?
Well, I don't have a question, but I do have a comment. I was thinking about Ann Moody's coming of age in Mississippi. Okay. As you were reading, I was thinking about that scene that she describes when she and others went to Woolworth's lunch counter, and how the young man almost lost his life. And that particular sit-in has been described down through history as the worst in America. Mm-hmm. It was just brutal, the way that they were treated. And I've often wondered the role of post-traumatic stress disorder in all that Black people have had to endure just because of skin color and having been dragged over here against our will. I remember when Ann Moody was talking in her book about President Reddix and how he came to the door and told them that they better get away from there. And that has stuck in my mind ever since I read that book from a student at Jackson State. I think I was a sophomore at the time. And I've always looked at administration in terms of being cowards, standing up for one thing, education, and then at a college where we're supposed to be exercising freedom of speech, of all places, free will to speak it, then being told to depress it. I mean, it's just been something that I have looked at from a professor to students, from having been a student, and those things that have held us back as a people, because a chief administrator said, get away from here. Don't do this. In other words, I've got to do what the people downtown tell me to do. And finally, I think his name was Clear, and how he was telling the administrators at Jackson State to keep the N-word, keep them in line. Well, when you are a faculty member and you are seeking the truth and you are encouraging your students to seek the truth, you can't just stay in line, because you come to realize this is not helping you or them. It's nothing but a farce. I'm hoping that education will be severely looked at, just as folk are looking at these statues now, what they have done to us. I'm hoping that they will get on to the universities and see what they have done. So I appreciate that that reading that you did, and I'm hoping I can come back at 2 and hear the rest of it.
Right, thank you.
Yeah, okay, yes, at 2:15.
2:15. Okay.
Okay, so go ahead, Lynette.
I keep, Ann Moody book keep coming to me, and I haven't read it yet, and you brought it back to me again. I must need to read that book.
Right.
Yes,
It's a good book. I read a portion of that book to my 6th and 7th graders. And you know, there's some profanity in there. So I told them, I said, there's some little profanity in here. So as they would read it, when they'd come to the profanity, they'd say, it just,
What's the name, Mary? What's the name of the lady who wrote the book? What's the name of the author?
Carol Lee Boston Weatherford.
Say it again.
Carol Lee, C-A-R-O-L-E, Boston Weatherford.
Okay, thank you.
This book, and she's written Remember the Bridge, and these are old books, but very, very authentic.
Now, what Janice just said reminded me of after George Floyd's murder, I ran across a picture of Medgar Evers holding a sign, a big sign in front of him saying, "In brutality." And I don't know whether that was 62 or whatever, but now Janice just explained to me something that I didn't know, that the sit-in on Capitol Street where I live in Jackson, Mississippi, was one of the worst and brutal cities in this country. And thank you for that revelation, because it brought me back to the picture I just saw in the last few weeks of Medgar Evers protesting police brutality in downtown Jackson on Capitol Street.
And you remember when Medgar Evers said he didn't want his children to live in a world like this. When he was living, he made that comment. It was so bad. And we're not far from it in terms of the white nationalist and number 45 there in the White House. So I have labeled him Blondie. I've labeled him Blondie. And he is narcissistic and very confused. He doesn't know what he's doing, and he's a bully. He's a bully. You know, I have these bully poems in my book.
Yeah.
They would fit him.
I just think we are in a worse situation. We're
right.
It's just a different form. It's
a different
blatant.
Yeah. Wow.
And now more and more aware of what we have experienced and continue to experience, you know, in light of George Floyd and the others. So this is the time to keep pressing, not to take a back seat, because we've done that for 100 years. That's even in the midst of fighting and trying to do. They said Nat Turner was crazy, and John Brown, the white man, was crazy. They weren't crazy. They just saw what was going on around them and what they experienced. And that's why Black Lives Matter. I just would be so happy when I can go there, the Lord willing, to New York and to Washington, D.C. to see that down on the pavement. I would just be so happy to see.
Yeah, me too. I would like to get in there with them, you know, and I don't feel that I can really do everything that they do, and, you know, my age and limitations for walking and everything, but I was really so proud to see them in the trenches.
That's right. Go stand in the middle of it.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go with you, Janice, and stand and walk as hard as I can.
We need to arrange that.
Yeah, we got to go. We got to go. Well, you know, when you all were talking, I don't want to go too long because I'm gonna let everybody read, but I was thinking of how different it is when we had the black principal who had some authority. Now the black principal doesn't have an authority. When I went to Chastain, the black principal had the authority to whoop the black boy because with his wooden paddle. And they took that away from him. They took our whole way of disciplining our children away from us when they did that. And I think that that's a big difference in education. Plus, our Miss Harris, who used to be the editor of the Jackson Advocate, she told me that she went to Rowan, and when she was going to Rowan, the black teachers had them writing essays in the 8th grade. And now you only write one if you're not in the elite places like Barack Obama School or some of the other advanced accelerated learning. You only write one essay in 12th grade. So it's a lot that is different now that from where it was in my generation and the generation before me doing Jim Crow.
Yeah, it's
That's
different.
right.
Yeah. Who's reading? Vicky, are you reading? Cause I done changed my whole thing. I got a poem on black boys. I gotta read my poem. Are you reading, Vicky?
Well, if I'm gonna read it, I mean this morning. I won't be around this afternoon, so if I'm gonna read it, it's gonna be this morning.
Okay,
If
well,
not,
go
it's
ahead.
tomorrow. Huh?
Go ahead and read a few pages, then I'm gonna read after you, cause Henry always goes last. I mean Harry. Go ahead.
I decided I was gonna read Miss Mary's Uncle Bubba and the burlap sack.
All right. Well, let's read.
All right. Hello, children. Let me take you on an adventure to a sandy, hilly countryside with gravel roads that are narrow and endless.
Lost her.
Vicky, are you there? We can't hear you. Oh boy, she accidentally hit the audio button, and she's reading and we can't hear her.
Oh my goodness.
Like she's trying to come back.
I want to do anything to get her attention.
I can't see it.
What now?
Now we can hear you. We couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Oh.
You got to read back from the first page. We couldn't hear you. Please don't touch that phone anymore.
Okay, I don't know why it keeps going in and out, but I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay. Allow me to take you on an adventure to a sandy and hilly countryside with gravel roads that are narrow and endless. We'll be going on an adventure to a place where I had lived and my father at a time when you had only a mule to do the plowing. Get ready. Come travel down memory lane to Sullivan Hollow, where we grew up and had the best summers of my life. Let me introduce you to my Uncle Herbert and his burlap sack. It has been a long time and my memory is sometimes vague, but as I can recall, a burlap sack is usually brown with tiny holes. The journey is a snapshot of all the many wonderful memories I have from my earth. Sullivan Hollow was a lush and lovely place of hills and trees and fields where I was born and raised as a kid. There was never a dull moment in Sullivan Hollow. It was a wide green place of shining sandy clay soil, rolling hills that gave us big crops and fresh fruits and crisp vegetables. The busy, bustling bees were abundant and helped one another. The people were purposeful with plenty to do. The grown-ups were poised and always ready for whatever life brought them each day. And what life brought them each day for me back then were friends and family. Sullivan Hollow was especially aromatic during the summer months, which the garden blossomed with flowers and fruit trees, ripened with vegetables and air, which was rich and golden yellow blossoms of the honeysuckle vines were the hummingbird's favorite flower and mine too. Over and around through the many green fences, honeysuckle and flourished and gravel of their fresh fragrance on the winds of the warm countryside. Bumblebees busily buzzed between the brushes and the bushes of the bountiful blossoms and buds. There and then everywhere. In the garden, the grown-ups planted big heads of lettuce and cabbage, ruby red radishes. Hold on.
Okay.
Ruby red radishes, catches of carrots, and skinny strings of sweet peas and beans. And in the large fields next to the family home and playground, my friends and I could find watermelons, cantaloupe, corn, cucumbers, field peas, and tomatoes as big as baseballs. As I remember, my mama would make valuable use of all the vegetables as we grew in the garden. She made potato soup tastier and adding fresh sweet peas and green beans and carrots while she stirred, stewed, and hummed. This was how she made sure we got all of the vegetables we needed to grow up as big and strong as we grew up as grown-ups. But
Okay.
do you want to know, Do you want to know something? I really, really did not like anything green, especially vegetables. If it were green and mama said it was good for me, then I would not want to eat it. Well, I cannot really say what I hated everything green, because my most favorite green things to eat was growing up was green apples and plums. I would pass a tremendous apple tree daily on my way to feed the pigs or when I was coming home from the fields for lunch. I would eat the apples straight from the tree till my face was sticky with their sweet juice. Sometimes I would wait until I got home to let mama bake the apple in the oven until it was soft and let the aroma fill the kitchen. Baked apples were the best you're going to be malnourished. You know, you're not eating enough to stay alive and grow up at all, she would say. But
hey,
here,
Vicky, we'll let you finish the book another time, but we'll let's stop here because we still got 3 more people to read. And
okay,
how about it, Mary Hardy? You got somebody reading your book over here.
Yeah, so we'll let them finish it the next time.
Yeah, so and I remember that part about you not liking the green vegetable. And that
Right.
book is The Learn the Tree Book Club, that's one of our books.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we've accumulated
Mary,
over 60 books.
I will finish your book in the morning, Mary.
All righty.
All right then.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so
I'll be listening and watching. Thank you.
Trey,
Thank
you ready to read?
I will see y'all
Trey
tomorrow.
is having
Okay. Thank
Wait,
you.
are you
Bye-bye.
gone, Vicky?
Yeah, I'm gone.
No, finish
This
it.
afternoon. I will see y'all in the morning.
Trey is.
Oh, okay then. Well, thanks for stopping in.
Bye, Miss Vicky.
Bye, Vicky. Now, Trey, you ready?
Trey is gonna finish his lunch.
Okay.
You finish everything?
Are you ready, Lynette?
He said he ready. He called you. You called his name. He running.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, together.
All right.
Oh, looks like I'm the last.
No, you're not. Okay. So it's on you now.
So I'm reading.
Okay. Hold up your book, Trey.
Friends.
Oh, my.
Thomas, go ahead.
And it was.
Here it is. You trying to find the author name? Give us a second. Here it is. Remember? Remember the name?
Let's see. So it's illustrated by.
Created by
Britt
Allcroft. Okay. Okay. Now, what's happening is the book came with this little thing right here, which is fabulous, but the battery is low, but we'll try to, it's a little telescope. And it has sound effects. So when he gets to the sound effect, my job is I'll push the button.
Oh, okay.
How much time is on here? How much time is there?
We good because there's only 2 more readers, and I'm doing a short poem, and then Henry is doing our illustrated book.
Okay, well I'll do mine at the second time. I won't do it this time.
Okay.
Down at the docks, Thomas and Sir Tucker Hat went for Boston. To arrive Boston. No. To arrive Boston, sailing far away in the seas.
And seas.
Excellent.
Exciting
things, Thomas. Peeps to Sir Topham Hatt. All I ever see are the same old faces and the same old places. There are lots of surprising sights on Sodor, said Sir Topham. Why don't you try my telescope today and see what can you see?
What?
You can see.
Okay.
That's a song.
Okay. Can't play the song. He's gonna say the song.
Nah.
Go ahead. Say the words. You don't have to sing the same words.
Have a look around you, taking what you see. There's a world around you where you may be. Favorite things and places everywhere you go. Sodor is our
They can't hear you. Speak up.
the only home.
Can you hear him?
I hear.
Okay.
Okay, and there's
Okay. No, you go ahead. You're reading.
Thomas. Come on. Thomas takes a look at through the telescope. First, he looks out at the sea and sees Bostro. He can count the crates Bostro is carrying. 1, 2, 3. He can even see what's inside them. New paint for the engines. Then Thomas looks up at Cranky and gets an even bigger surprise. Cranky does not look so cranky after all. Next, Thomas looks along the track. Uh-oh, Percy's in jail.
Yes, no, Percy. Keep going.
Thomas steams over to his friend. The twine that I'm hauling is tangled in the tree, Percy peeps. I can't see how it happened. Thomas looks up with the telescope and sees a bird resting, using the twine to make a nest. Hurry up.
Not hurry.
No.
Higher
up in
take your time.
higher up, he sees the hot air balloon race. Okay. What fun! After Thomas helped Percy untangle, the two engines rushed over to the Sodor Fairground. The balloon race is exciting, but before long, the balloons fly off into the distance. Thomas takes a look through the telescope. He can see the winner for anyone else. He sees something else too, the moon. Soon it will be dark outside. Looks like it's time to turn in for the night. Thomas peeps to Percy. Wait, what? What's this?
Oh no, that's something. You're talking about the telescope.
Oh, sorry. At Tiffany's sheds, Thomas tells James about Bolster, the bird, and the balloon. There are so many surprises sights on Sodor. Thomas peeps. Then he turned the telescope up into the sky.
Not up into the sky, would say.
Up to the sky. You won't find any. You won't see anything surprising there. There, James Puff. Just some stars. But Thomas does see something surprising. Up in space, a familiar face. Familiar from the song.
Okay. Wait.
Take a look around you.
Not around.
Oh, take a look about you. You enjoy the
world.
You enjoy the world. You see. Be a time or country. Town. Be your time or country. Be it town or country. There's such variety.
Good.
over
Familiar.
familiar places
Read the word.
wherever
No.
you
Go.
so is our island. The only home. No.
All right.
Done. Done. I
Good.
done.
Very, very good, Trey. You did awesome. And I love all that, all those sounds. That was really fun. Trey, can you summarize what you read? Can you summarize what you read?
What's the story about?
This is a story about Thomas borrows from Topham had a telescope and looks all around sonar with it.
Very good, very good.
Smart.
Well, I tell you what, I have really learned so much in all of these sessions. It's just a great intellectual exchange. Thank you all for sharing all of your intellect.
Thank you.
And so I'm gonna be next reading a poem in my book Odyssey. That's on the book with me on the cover. Y'all see me?
Yeah.
That's the sun. That's the sun god in Las Vegas, New Mexico.
Okay.
And then Harry's gonna take us in. Now this poem I wrote to black boys, but it's not necessarily young boys. But anyway, bear with me. The themes may be mature. And I called, named it Imitation of Life.
Okay.
Black boy, don't you see? The world is waiting for you to be who you will be. The hurdles ahead are many, but success is hard to find. Hurry to the bar. The first 50 will get in free. Your future girl may be there, or maybe a one-night stand. I know some you won't understand, but the packages lurk near on the wall. Hot potatoes, oh dear, oh dear. Look at that. The line outside is long, so the show will be prolonged. Keep your eyes open. Don't dare doze for long, because your enemy is everywhere. Bad spirits and confusion can turn friends into foes, because good dialogue is hard to maintain. It must be one way or the other, because compromise is always at stake. Keep a clear head often. Calm will see you through, but erratic behavior can destroy you. Your little brother is watching and waiting to grow fast. He wants to be just like you because you're the man he sees. He loves his mother dearly, but she abandoned him too soon. She left last Sunday after dinner and returned to retrieve her things. His eyes rain tears for hours, and nothing has mattered since. He yearns badly for his mother, but she is lost to boot. Toot, toot, around she has been, but worries she has none, because fun is sitting at the door when her eyes meet the sun. The boy grew up too bitter to see the glitter glow, while little brother portrays the imitation he knows. And that's it.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you. Harry, you ready? Harry, you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Tell us what you're reading.
I'm reading Pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
Pancakes.
We like pancakes.
Has a cake, baker's man. Make some pancakes as fast as you can. Pancakes for breakfast, pancakes for a snack. I love pancakes. Give me a stack. Mix the batter, pour it in the pan. Make some pancakes as fast as you can. Big ones, little ones. Make a bunch. Flip them, get ready to catch. Pancakes on the table, pancakes on the plate. Pancakes everywhere, I can't wait.
Oh my, delicious.
Pancakes on the ceiling, pancakes on the floor. I love pancakes. Let's make some more. The end.
Good job. Good job, Tracy. Mhm.
Very good.
Good job. You like
Thank you.
pancakes, Harry?
Yes, ma'am, but I haven't tasted. Only in school.
Oh.
That's-
What's your question?
Yeah, I like
So when
that.
I was like,
Don't.
Well, thank you all for a wonderful session, and we'll see you guys at 2:15. I'm finna convert the reading session into a video. Of course, we're gonna put it on the community library page and the web page, and also on a YouTube, and I'll share it with you all probably in about 20 minutes. Thanks a lot. It's been fun. It's been great. You all have a good one.
Well, let me
Okay.
share
ahead.
something.
Sure.
Let me share. I was looking over this book like yesterday. I got this from a niece. It's a hardback book, and I made me think about it when I was listening to the latest. And it's called "We've Got a Job," and it's the 1963 Birmingham Children's March. And this is like, you know, what we've been talking about. They're different, you know, things. So I just wanted to show you all the book, and I'll look through it, and if I can find maybe something that's kind of short enough to read, I'll share it throughout the rest of this time.
Okay, then yeah, that'd be nice. And I hope you can read a few pages and show us some pictures at 2:15.
And the author.
Right. Oh, okay. Harry, you have any final thoughts? Or Trey?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then. Well, thanks a lot. I'll see you at 2:15.
Thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, y'all have a good one.
You too.
All right,
Bye-bye.
thank
You
you.
like-
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.